So this tells the story of Marie Curie, whose name was familiar to me. I knew she had been a scientist and had discovered something, but the details were a bit fuzzy. Well, turns out that she discovered 2 new elements and a phenomenon called radioactivity. Yeah, this basically follows her as she makes those discoveries and, goes through all sorts of things as far as her career and her personal life goes. And it's a unique and interesting story that's well worth making a movie about. But I will have to say right off the bat that this is not a particularly good movie. First of all, as far as the visuals go, it looks like a Sunday afternoon TV movie. For instance, it has this glow to it that every low-budget period piece seems to have for some reason, which I at least immediately associate with TV movies that get churned out for next to no money at all. So as far as the visuals go, this isn't going to get any awards anytime soon. Unfortunately, nor will it for direction and editing because it's not great either. It's just clumsy, awkward, and filled with terrible ADR that sticks out like a sore thumb. And I mean, this isn't a short movie, but it felt like it was just rushing through the story. It didn't take any time to develop the characters or to spend time on the important and interesting things, like the scientific discoveries and how they went about doing them. It basically just brushes over that stuff really quick, like it wants to be done with it. And to me at least that would have been very interesting to see in much more detail. And the same goes for the stuff with her family that could have been made compelling. But no, they spend about as little time on that as they possibly could, making it feel empty and hollow when it could have resonated on a much deeper level. Which I guess brings me to another issue. It randomly cuts to these scenes of, scenes that deal with the repercussions and the aftermath of her discoveries years and decades later. Like, X-rays, the atom bomb, radiation as a cancer treatment. But those segments just felt out of place and clumsy and even cheaper than the rest of the movie, if that's even possible. And I guess a lot of these issues also come down to the writing itself. The script, because there was nothing particularly impressive about the writing here. And it's impossible to know how much was the script and how much was the direction and editing, but I definitely don't think the writing did the movie any favors either. And overall, the movie just uses its runtime extremely poorly in general, focusing on stuff that doesn't really matter and brushing over the important things. Now, with that being said, there is some interesting stuff in there, like the way they went about their research, and the emphasis it put on how little they knew about the effects of radiation at the time. And as I said, I think this is definitely a story worth telling, but I don't think the end result is a movie worth watching. Because it's just not very good, and felt like a cheap TV movie that happens to star Rosamund Pike, who by the way is perfectly fine in this. She's probably one of the few things I can't complain about. But the rest of it is just a little bit messy and yeah, I couldn't really recommend this. So I'd say this one is fairly safe to skip. Or you could also not do that. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel because that would be fantastic. And if you like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.